Welcome back. Today, I am going to explain about the cross-site scripting vulnerabilities, also known as XSS. So, what is cross-site scripting? Cross-site scripting, also known as XSS, is a web security vulnerability that allows an attacker to compromise the interactions that users have with a vulnerable application. It allows an attacker to circumvent the same origin policy, which is designed to segregate different websites from each other. Cross-site scripting vulnerabilities normally allow an attacker to masquerade as a victim user, to carry out any actions that the user is able to perform, and to access any of the user's data. If the victim user has privileged access within the application, then the attacker might be able to gain full control over all of the application's functionality and data. How does XSS work? Cross-site scripting works by manipulating a vulnerable website so that it returns malicious JavaScript to users. When the malicious code executes inside a victim's browser, the attacker can fully compromise their interaction with the application. Later in this video, I will show you the practical example how vulnerable it is. There are three main types of XSS attacks. These are reflected XSS, where the malicious script comes from the current HTTP request. Stored XSS, where the malicious script comes from the website's database. DOM-based XSS, where the vulnerability exists in client-side code rather than server-side code. What can XSS be used for? An attacker who exploits a cross-site scripting vulnerability is typically able to impersonate or masquerade as the victim user, carry out any action that the user is able to perform, read any data that the user is able to access, capture the user's login credentials, perform virtual defacement of the website, inject Trojan functionality into the website. The actual impact of an XSS attack generally depends on the nature of the application, its functionality and data, and the status of the compromised user. For example, in a brochureware application, where all users are anonymous and all information is public, the impact will often be minimal. In an application holding sensitive data, such as banking transactions, emails, or healthcare records, the impact will usually be serious. If the compromised user has elevated privileges within the application, then the impact will generally be critical, allowing the attacker to take full control of the vulnerable application and compromise all users and their data. I am using a WAP. This is a vulnerable web app specially made for web app penetration testing. You can download this from link given below in description. WAP consists of many types of vulnerabilities which can be tested. I have already downloaded WAP, and it is running on my local host. So let's test it for cross-site scripting. As you can see, this page contains two HTML input boxes, where we can check for XSS vulnerability. First, I will set the bug to cross-site scripting reflected as get requested as one of the type for XSS. Here it is clearly written XSS is reflected on get request. Now in the place of first name I will write the script. Here I am writing an alert script just for testing purpose. If it works you will see the alert box. For last name input I am just giving name. Now click on go and perfect. This works. It means this web application is vulnerable to cross-site scripting. Like and subscribe us. Follow us on Instagram, link is in description. Thank you.